was your takeaway from the offensive performance today? It seemed like there was some miscommunications on some throws with Kirk down the field at times today. Just how would you analyze how you guys played as a unit today?
Yeah, just some small details we didn't execute on, and we'll get back to the drawing board and fix them.
Was there anything about this week that felt like you guys may have been on a miscommunication tip, or was there anything that felt like you guys kind of didn't come to play today?
No, we definitely communicated well. Just like I said, small details that'll hurt you, and we had some penalties and things of such, so that kind of hurt us.
Is there anything about the way the Dolphins are playing, especially in that front seven, shutting down Bijan, that kind of affected what you guys were able to do as receivers and tight ends?
No, definitely as offense, never give credit to the defense. We just messed up, so I'll leave it at.
Kyle, it's the NFL. It's hard to win every single week, but how do you describe the inconsistencies on offense for you guys throughout the season so far?
It's just something we need to fix, and I know we will. Going into this next week coming up, we'll watch it, flush it, and do our best to get a win on Sunday.
Kaden used the word frustrating to describe this one. Obviously, just because it's a loss is frustrating, but what's the most frustrating aspect for you?
Losing. I mean, for me, it's the worst thing in the world. I hate losing. Just gonna watch it. It'll suck, and then we'll get over it and get ready back to work on Wednesday.
What gives you the belief that this team can make another bounce back?
Because, like I said, it's any given Sunday, and we will, bounce back, and we'll come together as one and execute way better on Sunday.
Michael was kind of a late scratch this week. He was ruled out later in the week. You guys switched up the game plan. What did you think of it going into this game with Kirk and how you guys approached it?
Approach it the same. Still want to win and win our matchups. Unfortunately, we didn't in some instances as an offense, and we'll do better as weeks coming up.
Let's say about a game like this today, but how do you explain a loss like this after rattling off 2 straight wins a few weeks ago and now 2 straight losses?
Yeah, it's just collective. I mean, that's one that's tough to swallow. But we got to swallow it as a group. It is what it is. It happened. We'll have to go watch the film, and we're going to see a lot of things we don't like. It is what it is. We just got to find a way to bounce back.
How do you assess where this team is at this point right now? Now below 500 at this point. How do you rebound from this? It doesn't change, although that is frustrating to hear. It's still focusing on your individual process, your individual work, what you have to do, collectively letting that come together to be something special. Now, even though that's the same answer, you can change your process, and that's probably what needs to happen individually, collectively. Not saying it has to be drastic. So still some good wins on this year. We've still done some good things, but last week losing the 49ers, a close one, and then this week with what just happened, you got to look in the mirror hard, self-assess, assess as a linebacker group, as a defense, each group individually as an offense, special teams, then together as a team, and I'm thankful we got Rock because he'll help us do that. Do you notice any similarities with what they did offensively to what San Francisco did last week?
Very. Obviously, I believe McDaniel was with Shanahan, and they came out with a very similar game plan. Run the ball with a lot of different variety in the run game. A bunch of different runs they hit us with, gap scheme, inside zone, all the different runs, and then marrying some good play action shots off of it. Typically, 2nd and long, 3rd and long is a lot of passes. They came and ran the ball on it, just like San Francisco did, and they were able to get first downs on that. So there's some things that, again, we got to self-assess, we got to look at, we'll have to change, and then also don't overreact. Never too high, never too low, and still be who we are. So we'll do that. Ra will guide us in this. I know he will.
When we talked to you after the Carolina loss, you said that wasn't a lesson you guys should have to learn a second time. Did it feel like you were kind of reliving some of those moments again this week?
Yeah. What was tough about this one was it felt like there were so many good plays and moments in it. There were so many TFLs, so many good rushes, so many good moments. But then it would drag on. The series would drag on. The next play would be theirs instead of stacking 1 or 2. Carolina felt a little different. Carolina felt more like it was there weren't as many good plays for us out there. This one it felt like there were a lot, but then the next one they found a way to make a play and almost offset everything that we did good. You know what I mean? So I feel a little more positive after this one. At the same time, I feel frustrated because that's 2 times a score like that's been put on the board against us. So it's very interesting. It'll be one that we have to go look at the film. But again, I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm thankful we got Ra. He'll guide us, and we'll be good.
We just started out slow, started out flat. Just had to get our energy going, and we never picked it up. tried to have a spark at halftime, and we came out and still was kind of flat. But it's just about our energy and how we approach the game. It take you a long way.
There's now been two kind of really big lopsided losses for you guys now, one against Carolina, now this game. How easy is it to flush that down and really forget about it, or do you want to forget about something like that?
You have to move on and play the next week. Can't let things hang over and go into the next week, and that's just the mindset you got to have, and everybody got to, from players to a staff, we just got to fix our mindset and what we come to do throughout the week, and when we come to games, bring our own energy and just play to our standard.
We know the Dolphins were having some struggles so far this year, not having the best season themselves. Did this feel like an instance of kind of any given Sunday, any team can come in and beat you?
Yeah, I mean, it's the NFL. Like, you got to respect all your opponents. As we all know, the league it's a lot of one possession games, and that's where they come down to. So we didn't look at Miami that way about the record, none of that type of stuff. It's not college football, but you just got to come in, like I said, and just play our style of ball and get things done early.
How do y'all fix that energy issue you were talking about?
Yeah, just everybody collectively. It take everybody, from players, staff. It just take like our approachment, and just knowing our identity and what we preached all the way in OTAs, and just coming in and really living by it and coming into the game and applying it.
You feel like you've done that at least a couple of times, I would imagine. Minnesota, Buffalo come to
Yeah,
mind.
like it's there.
Right.
We know it's flashes. We done seen our best ball, or a few of our best ball. Like it's so much left in the tank for everybody, and we know what we capable of because we put it on tape. So collectively as a team, it can't just be the defense, can't just be special teams, can't be offense. Like, this league takes everybody to put all hands and go out there and get the job done.
Is it any more frustrating that you have shown it a couple times and then a couple times you just haven't?
That's definitely, just being able to go out there and have a good week, play at a high standard, and then the challenge is always not getting too high or too low, even like right now, being so low. Just being able to sustain success and knowing that it's the NFL and it's 1-0 each week. You got to just flip your mindset to that and understand what we put on tape. If it's good or bad, it'll show up the next week, and teams challenge you that way, and we just got to, own our situations and, be better.
AJ, you mentioned those flashes that you know what you guys can be. Aside from that, what gives you belief that this team can have another bounce back?
Just the guys in the building. I know, like I said, I done been here now for 6 years. I just know what we have in the building and where I come from, and I just know like we got the pieces to the puzzle, offense and defensively, and then I feel like we got a great special teams as well. Like, I wouldn't be up here to not name everybody. I got to name offense, special teams, along with the defense, because this is a team game, and I just know that we have all the pieces to the puzzle.
Kaden was talking about, it felt like there were a couple positives on defense. You guys were able to stack a few and then just not able to get off the field. It felt different than Carolina in that way. Do you agree with that, and you feel like it did feel different than Carolina?
Kaden played Carolina. I didn't play.
Yeah.
So I do know the Carolina game. It was what it was. We was in the right positions. I felt we just didn't make those gotta-have-it plays, getting off the field on third down.
Sure.
But me playing in this game, I felt, the fight and things like that. Like, we came over to the sideline, nobody gave in and just settled. We all wanted to continue to put our best foot forward, but that just goes to show, I feel like, the identity of the team. Like, it's there. We just got to put it together.
AJ, you've been here, like you said, 6 years, record-wise, through 7 games. This has been a familiar spot for you guys. When does it need to click for you guys? Because it's been some inconsistent performances. When do you want to see you guys hit your stride and really find yourselves in full identity?
Yeah, you just got to that don't start now. It been started. Like I said, it's the NFL. You just got to come in 1-0 each week. It's any Sunday, and we all know that. You just got to prepare the right way and come out with the right mindset and just go out there and do what we did during the week and apply it.
Excellent. Kirk's preparation was fantastic as always. we didn't really know. It was a really fluid situation all week, and Kirk's great in his communication with us, his preparation and stuff. So there was not skipping a beat there with him.
Coach said keeping his team together was the easy part of the adjustments after this loss. Like, is that true?
Yeah, 100%. The connection is the bedrock of our team. I just said it, like player to player, player to staff. That never fails. And it's constant belief in one another, and that's what makes the highs so high. And then the loss is frustrating because we have that belief and connection with one another, but knowing we can get it right.
What was it about what Miami was doing today that kind of made it difficult for you guys?
I think it was ourselves. I don't think, we start with myself and our unit just not good enough, and we weren't able to get efficient runs. Obviously, they're a great front, great team, played with a lot of juice, and so you do have to give credit to them. But I think it's introspective, and just we need to be right and ready to go from the start.
How is it something that you can address just kind of like on a week-to-week kind of basis?
I think just preparation and mindset, that's all you can do. And, obviously going on the road to New England next week, you have to, I know Coach is going to talk about it, rip off the Band-Aids and the hard things and tell the truth about what happened today. But then in the same sense now, when Tuesday comes, prepare for New England. And we have a game that we have to win, and we know that. And they're a very, very good team, so it's going to be a great challenge.
It seemed like the easy thing to do would be to question the leadership of the team, starting with the team. What would you say to whether that's a problem or not a problem?
It's not a staff problem. They're amazing. The preparation standpoint, we're fully prepared every single week. Confidence in the plan, belief in the plan. We just need to go out and execute. And the preparation throughout the week, starting with myself, and I think we just go through this collectively and individually, is focus inward and get what's right. But like I said, the connection between us as players and then player to staff couldn't be better. I love playing for Raw, and we're fully prepared and ready to go every week. We need to do a better job ourselves coming out and from the jump getting going.
It seems like the Miami defense really just sold out on stopping the run. Obviously, you got some guys out on the receiving corps. Just how did that inability to get kind of Bijan and Tyler going kind of in that first half stifle you guys' offense today?
I've been saying it, but it's on us. It's not the receivers. It's not the skill guys. It's on us. We need to be better. And we talk about the run game and being efficient in the run game, and we weren't good enough. And so when we're not good enough, we don't give people opportunities. And those guys are fantastic and try hard, and we can overcome things. But obviously, it was too slow of a start that we couldn't overcome. But it starts with us and getting our preparation right.
Chris, not to make any excuses, but how big was it to not have Mike and Drake in there today? Did that disrupt anything at all?
You love those guys. You want them to be out there, but it's the NFL. And, you look back in December and nobody's going to know. It's a loss is a loss. So we need to be better. Those guys obviously are huge parts of our team. You love them. You want to be out there. I know they want to be out there. But, we just got to get the job done.
Yeah, man. It was tough. It was tough today. That is our lifeline. We'll never stop. Obviously today it was very hard. But for us, it's an opportunity for us just to get back to the drawing board, man, and just make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do for next week, because we're playing a good team next week, and they don't care about what happened this week. They're going to come out and be fired up, and it's at their home, and we got to be ready to go to play a good team, and we got to bring that lifeline out there against the Patriots.
Do you feel like Miami had a beat on what y'all were doing today?
I don't know. We knew what they were to come out with. We knew what was expected. But they just came out with they came out to play, and we have to do better. I got to do better, and I put everything on me, man, because I'm the leader of this offense, and if I'm not playing to the level what this team needs, then we're not gonna do what we're supposed to do on offense. So there's no excuse for us. There's no excuse at all. At the end of the day, we're grown men, and they are too. But we have to just be better when it comes to next week.
Feels like, and a couple of people have said today, the energy feels like it's been up and down week to week. Is there any explanation for that?
Yeah, we got to continue to play at a high energy. I'm this is the third year, and I don't want to keep saying, like, you know, we play low on one Sunday or high on the next Sunday. Like, you know, consistency has been the biggest thing for us as a team, and that needs to be what's being preached, and just being persistent every single day, being positive. You just continue to stay faithful and understand that, like, God got this for everything. But for us, man, like, you know, we have to go back, you know, speak as an offense like the defense. You know, they're doing an amazing job. But just us as a collective offense, like, we just got to be better in situations for us as a team and for us just individually.
Outside of the organization, there's going to be some I guess commentary or questions about whether it's the play calling, the coaching staff in general. What do you have to say to those people?
Yeah, I mean, we don't listen to none of that. You know, we can't, like, as soon as you start listening to, you know, external noise or outside stuff, like, whether it's good, great, or bad, you start to feed into it. That's what kind of divides a team. And, you know, I always say, like, you know, if you're playing amazing and that noise is just as dangerous as when we have an outing like this, and, you know, it's not going to be great for us. We understand it, but we can't feed into it. I'm gonna try my hardest as a leader of the team, as a brother, as a teammate, like, to make sure that we're not feeding into none of that noise, because, you know, as soon as that creeps in your mind, then everything spirals.
What is your confidence level, I guess, in the play calling just in general?
I'm very confident, man. You know, Zach does a very good job. He takes a lot of time out of his day to make sure that we have the best outing that we can on Sundays. And you know, sometimes there's lulls and stuff, but, you know, I'm very confident in him. And, you know, we talk every single day. We talk about situations on the field and just how we can just be our best coming when that Sunday comes. So, you know, man, we're all gotta go back and learn what happened in this game and see what happened from us as running backs to O-line, receivers, quarterback, tight, everybody, because that's what we have to do to, you know, move on and do right.
Teams do have losses like this during a season, but is it more concerning that this is kind of the second one in the last 5 weeks or so?
I mean, I'm not concerned for anything that we got going on, and this NFL season, I understand it, and, you know, even for me, man, like, you know, I hate lulls, but I can't put the ball on the ground. Like, that's the biggest thing. You know, I can't fumble. This team expects too much out of me, so for me to do that and for me to, you know, just when we're driving to, like, the momentum, like, and we could score to kind of make the game closer, like, and then I do that, that's you know, hurting this team. So, you know, I'm gonna go back and fix my eternal self and, you know, go back to God and what I got to do so I can be present for the team. And then obviously all of us as players, like, you know, we can't be stuck in these lulls anymore because when we get stuck in those, then we have a bad season. So for us, like, to be responsible and to see what we can do better, good or bad, like, that's what we got to do.